Before I start this, I'd like to give all praise and glory and honor to Yahweh Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai Ba'Hashem, real quick with us. Double honor to the Apostle El's Great Minister, real well and teach well. Shalom to 144,000 men that's pushing and believing this word of all true sincerity and sacrificing their lives and wills to do so. Shalom to the men, women, and children that's tuning in and listening. And shalom to the Israelites foreigners scattered abroad on all four corners of the earth. The Heavenly Father name is Yahweh. His only begotten Son name is Yahweh Shai. And Lord, one of these videos, quick, edifying, and quick, straight to the point. This video right here, I don't necessarily have a title for it yet. I'll make one pretty soon. This video right here was inspired by a video that I've seen across the web or feed, the internet recently. And then, long story short, this video was a mockery of, it was Edomite mocking the Israelites, primarily, well, all 12 tribes, because they all went into captivity under Esau, Edom, in some way, shape, or form. But mocking the simple fact that we, now Southern Kingdom went in captivity, picking cotton, even Northern Kingdom did as well. But it was mocking the fact that we went into captivity and we don't need reparations. Now, we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'Shem Ashai that our reparations are going to come in the form of Babylon the Great being destroyed and the elect getting beamed up. And first, the elect would be beamed up and putting those new bodies. But after that period of time being passed, the nation of Israel as a whole will be immortal and under the second covenant 100% and fully, because we're in between both covenants. We're in grace right now. But that video, I'm gonna play it here in a second. That video shows you that Esau Edom thinks he's that he don't think what happened, the things that he did, he don't think that's gonna be judged, and he thinks he's right. Now I'm gonna play this video. I'm gonna get to the point right here. This video right here, if y'all can hear it.
Look at how easy that was. Black people did not build America, and they do not deserve reparations. Thank you.
Now, that right there, that shows you how Esau Edom thinks of us, and not just of us. That's how he thinks and operate and move. He does not think, this is just one of the many few Edomites that think that a person of the 12 tribes of Israel, it was fine, it was cool. But now, they try to do everything in their power to say, oh, that was our forefathers, this, that, and the third. Well, you are your forefathers according to the scriptures, and we know that. But ultimately, Esau Edom will pay for that. And I'll start off in Joel 3. I'm going to hop around a little bit. This is Joel 3. This is Joel chapter 3, and I'll start at verse 1. I'm not going to read all of this because it's just, I'm not going to read all of this. This is Joel chapter 3, verse 1. For behold, in those days, in that time, I shall bring again the captivity of Judah and Jerusalem. I will also gather all nations and bring them down into the valley of Hawoshaphat and plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations a part of my land. And ultimately, this is talking about the war, the upcoming war, World War III, where the Lord's going to gather all the nations and gather all the heathens and do away with their military in the Valley of Hawoshaphat, World War III. Now, ultimately, when the Heavenly Father comes back, he isn't just going to do, he's going to do a few things. He's going to deliver the elect and put his rule, he's going to put his foot down on these heathens' necks. Yahweh Shai going to come back and do it first, and then the elect, Lord willing of that number, we going to do that after, Yahweh Shai does his part. Verse 3, and they have cast lots for my people, having in a boy for a harlot, so the girl for and sold a girl for wine, if they might drink. And dealing with Southern Kingdom and Northern Kingdom, boys was given for harlots, girls was sold left and right. They had slave auctions. Esau Edom has to pay for that. We didn't just, we did build America. America, aka Babylon. We did build America. For the bottom up, how else you think these highways and cities got here? They had Jake working like it wasn't no tomorrow. Plantations was used to pick cotton, and also was another video. Yeah, that just brings something back into mind. There was another video I seen. It was on Instagram as well. That it was this 200-year-old seat. It had fresh cotton on it, well, not fresh cotton, but it had picked cotton. Now, 200 years ago, we was still in slavery, so that's what 2 centuries. That's like I say 3 people ago. You know, they ain't that far ago. These heathens want to say we wasn't the children of Israel to offset prophecy, but the prophecy fits us. You heathen have not went into captivity just like as we did. Y'all haven't. And they try to do everything to say, oh, you know, reparations, we y'all don't need them, you know. Y'all can become, and not every Jake is going to become a millionaire, you know. But anyway, yeah. And what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me swiftly and speedily, I will return your recompense upon thy own head. And yeah, the Lord will quite literally recompense these heathens for what they've done to the children of Israel, starting with Esau, Edom, and that goes to Obadiah chapter 1 as well. You know, these are the things, these lists are more of the things that happened and that they did. I'm going to jump to verse 7. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and return your recompense upon your own head. And, you know, the Lord's going to recompense the children of Israel. He's going to protect the children of Israel. He's going to recompense the heathens for the things that they've done. They put us in slavery, so y'all going to be put. Then that goes into Revelation 13, actually. I get that. That goes into Revelation 13 and 10? Because ultimately, Esau Edom think he's going to escape judgment, and prophecy will be fulfilled, regardless of how he feels or thinks. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. And he that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. So Esau Edom, since you took us, or kicked us out the land in 70 AD, you know, and we went to the coast of Africa and all that, and so on and so forth. And you didn't just have, when Yahushua said flee into the mountains, Jake just didn't go to Africa. You had Jake's flee into Europe and went to Asia, so on and so forth. But the triangular transatlantic slave trade, you know, was a migration of Jake's going to and from, you know, from Africa, I think, to Central or South America to America and back, you know. And you've completely oppressed the children of Israel. Now let's talk about the things y'all did on them fucking boats. Y'all had the men of Israel chained, shackled, and you know, now I'm gonna keep it PG-13 and I won't make it so graphic, but men was fornicating with their sisters, mothers, aunties, so on and so forth, grandmothers, and stuff like that. The things that they made us do in captivity, y'all fed us to alligators, y'all had dogs tear us to pieces. And y'all not just physically beat us. Y'all did things. Y'all made things to destroy us even more and oppress us even more. He killeth with the sword. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. Here's the faith and patience of the saints. And yeah. Well, I'm going to reread that. This is Revelation chapter 13 and verse 10. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth with the sword must be killed with the sword. And yeah, Esau, you don't like to face that judgment. So of course he's trying to divert everything to, you know, black people, it wasn't hard picking slavery. Yeah, it's easy for you to say that because you was watching us pick it in the fields. Man, you used to, not even just that, y'all used to whip us, put salt in our wound, sun up to sundown. And obviously in that video, I forgot how old it was, but it came out in the 90s, maybe late 90s, or when you had the man and the woman they lived slavery, not even sun up to sundown. Y'all literally worked us from it was probably 4 or 5 a.m. to 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning. The next day, only got 2-3 hours of sleep to see your family, eat, and go right back to it. Slavery wasn't no walk in the park. It wasn't just no regular 9 to 5. That was a hardcore oppression. You know? Now, actually, Oppression. Yeah, because oppression make a wise man mad. And yeah, Jake that seen that, which was the Negroes and Latinos and the Americans have seen that oppression, it make you mad. This is Ecclesiastes chapter 7 and verse 7. Surely oppression maketh a wise man mad, and a gift destroyeth the heart. And yeah, this oppression making a wise man mad, which are the children of Israel, primarily the elect, the men. We seen this oppression and the slanderous things that this devil has been saying. Oh, these ain't the Israelites. Oh, they didn't go into slavery. We went into slavery. All these slanderous things. Esau Edom is trying to divert and trying to escape judgment, and the Lord is going to make sure he get his judgment. So now I'm going to go to Obadiah real quick. Let me see. Obadiah chapter 1. And I'll start at verse... Let me see. This is I'm gonna start at verse 4. This is Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 4. Though thou exalt thyself as an eagle, and though set thy nest among the stars, thence I will bring thee down, saith the Lord. Now this was accomplished during 1969. Also the year of elder high priest Abba Bibbins was on the scene. But Esau Edom has launched put his satellites in the air. Not in the air, in space, to monitor and make sure he try to have a God complex. And he's trying to do everything to wipe out the children of Israel. That's why he's going to pursue Revelation chapter 12 and verse 12. Now, let me see. Oh, I'm going to jump to verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob. Yes, so not just Jacob back then, but Jacob now. Because Jacob ultimately, Jacob name was changed to Israel, and that trickled down to all 12 tribes of Israel. Now, Esau Edom has oppressed us with conquistadors, Greeks, Romans, so on and so forth. We've had oppressors over us for a vast majority of time. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob shall shame cover thee, and thou shalt be cut off forever. And yeah, you messing with the children of Israel, the apple of the Lord's eye, you gonna get fucked up. And the Lord has left receipts of what happens when you fuck with the children of Israel. Now, let me see. This is Obadiah chapter 1. I started verse because all this is good. Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 15. I'm gonna jump to verse 15. For the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathen, as thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. And yet Esau don't like to deal with accountability. And that's where the black women get it from. They don't take accountability. They'll think, oh, I gotta be accountable. Accountability comes with a lot of things that you've done that you haven't atoned for, and Esau Edom will atone for that. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thy own head. And Joel chapter 3 goes into that, and Joel chapter 3 goes into that as well, and many other scriptures go into that. So your forefathers, you conquistadors, you elites of Esau Edom, y'all will fully feel the wrath of the Lord. Let me see. Verse 16, for as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink, and they shall swallow down, and they shall be as though they had not been. And yeah, the Lord's going to make sure you're going to drink of that cup of oppression, and they'll be perpetually, forever. The Lord will make sure you heathen know exactly how the tribes of Israel felt. The Negroes, the Judah, so-called Negroes, all the way down to Issachar, the so-called Mexicans. Verse 17, but upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a flame, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them. and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashim Ashai has spoken it. So yeah, Esau Edom will be completely destroyed after those 1,000 years of slavery that he will serve under the Israelites, primarily the elect, for those 1,000 years, that first dominion. Now I'm gonna go to Isaiah chapter 14, and I'll start at verse 1. For the Lord will Yahweh Bashim Ashai will have mercy on Jacob and yet choose Israel, and set them in their own land, and the stranger shall be joined unto them, and they shall cleave unto the house of Jacob. And the Lord will set the Israelites in their own land, and the strangers are the Israelite Gentiles that was went into the that was kicked out of the land and looked like the other heathen. And the people shall take them and bring them to their own place. The house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. And the Israelites, beginning with the men, women, and children, we will have maids, and those heathens will be our maids. And they shall take them captives who captives they were. So accountability, yet again, the Bible deals with accountability. So for Esau, Edom, or any other nation or woman not to say, not to have accountability. Accountability is scary when you've done something you shouldn't have did. And they shall take them as captives who captives they were. And we were captives under you, Esau, under you, Edomites, you so-called white man. And you eat in the Eves that's teaming up with the white man to take us down. Y'all sure gonna know what it feel like to be, y'all gonna know what it's like to be with an Edomite that does not care about y'all. Y'all gonna find out at some point, and it's gonna be pretty soon. And they shall rule over their oppressors. And yeah, the oppressors are the Edomites, beginning with the Edomites. Psalms 83 goes into that as well. The Edomites, aka the white man, all the way down to the 17 nations, and it shall come to pass in that day, the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow and from thy fear, because we was in sorrow and fear under captivity, not just during the Atlantic slave trade. The Greeks, the Romans, we've been persecuted under the Persians, the Medes, all the other nations that ain't of Israel. We've been oppressed by them. This book ain't just about, in the Old Testament, you deal with the Babylonians. No, this is history. We've been under captivity between the Babylonians, the Greeks, the Romans, the Persians, the Medes, all these other nations, the Elamites, so on and so forth, Ishmaelites, all of that. We've been oppressed by all of these other nations. So now the time of recompense come, and it's coming closer and closer by each and every day. Of course, y'all gonna act as if y'all was just the ones that done us wrong, but the Lord knows. And from the hard bondage we're in, thou was made to serve, and yeah, we was made to serve in these other nations and treated poorly. That thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, say, how hath the oppressor ceased, and the golden city ceased, and the Lord Yahweh Bashim shall have broken the staff of the wicked and the scepter of rulers. And yeah, the Lord will break the Lord will break down. Pursuing what's that, Daniel 2? The Lord will destroy that image. All the heathens governments, power structure will be destroyed. And today and age, this is dealing with Esau Edom yet again. And but yeah, that statement that individual said, now we all know that individual he ain't right in the head, but Edomites ain't right in the head in general. But we all know that at the end of the day, the Lord is coming back to save the children of Israel, beginning with the 144,000 so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and we will have our true reparations. And in Isaiah 14, it's starting with verse 1 and going down, those are reparations. We'll be put in our land. We'll be having captive. We'll be lords. We'll be captive. We have captives, slaves. We will be immortal. We will be under the second covenant, so we will be levels, light years, galaxies, realms above these heathens. We will be over them. That's our true reparations. Not trying to get some funky, however much money The true reparations is when the Lord comes back and put us in our land and deliver us. But Lord willing, this video is edifying and quick and straight to the point. Before I close, I'd like to give our prayers to Yahweh, Bashem, Yahweh Shai, Bashem, or Kakwadash. And Lord willing, this video is edifying and also next with Shalom.